This show features adults using adult language like tits, shit, dick, and fuck. You have been warned. Especially tits. Don't forget the tits. Tits all day long. Sunday, Sunday, someday.
Someday?
You're listening to episode 29 of the HammerCast podcast from the Hammer Gaming community, recorded Wednesday, October 14th, 2015. HammerCast, smashing buttons, clicking mice, shuffling cards, and rolling dice. It's time for HammerCast, the show that brings you your weekly news and discussion from the world of games with your hosts Joe Hollis and Todd Chartier. I'm Dwayne Sibley. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hola!
You look fucking ridiculous, Todd.
I look awesome. I'm all ready for vacation.
Yeah.
We leave in a couple days.
As am I. I am very much looking forward to it. That is the reason why HammerCast 30 will not be coming to you next week. Todd and I will be on vacation with our respective families in Florida. But we'll be back with you the very next week. What are you guys playing these days?
Well, for me, it's been mostly Destiny and a little bit of City Skylines and playing with the new Discord bot I've been working on.
Ah, yes, you've been getting into a little bit of software development.
Yes. If I have any hair left by vacation, it'll be impressive, but yes.
Joe, how about you? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Trove, some Ark, and on my phone, some Pokemon Shuffle. So it's pretty much the same stuff that I've been playing for the past few weeks now.
All right. I've been playing mostly just Destiny and more Destiny and more Destiny because I've been playing online with Todd and with our mutual friend Abner. I've also been playing a little bit of the PlayStation Plus free games for the month of October. The first one is Broken Age, which is a point-and-click adventure game in the same vein as, I guess you'd say, the King's Quest series. But this one was developed by Double Fine. These are the guys behind, what was that game? The one with Jack Black. What was that rock-based game with Jack Black?
I know what you're talking about. I played that, actually.
And they also made Space-Based DF9, which probably is not to their credit because a lot of people thought that game had tremendous potential that was squandered because they decided to abandon development of the game. But so far, Broken Age is pretty good. I've been playing it some, my kid's been playing it some, and we both enjoy it immensely. So that's pretty much it for what we've been playing this week. Let's do the news. Minecraft Story Mode came out yesterday. I know you guys said you weren't probably planning on getting it, but it's been debuting to rave reviews. Polygon gave it an 8, and other outlets have been giving it favorable coverage as well. Does this change your mind at all about possibly giving these Telltale Minecraft games a try?
I don't know. I mean, I'll watch a couple videos and see what the the play style is and decide. I've kind of been getting the Minecraft itch a little bit lately, so I may just play Minecraft. Fuck story mode.
Make your own story.
How about you, Joe?
So I may not get it, but I do always enjoy watching people play those story games, so I might just watch somebody play through it who I enjoy watching.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's fair enough. Sumit Sarkar over at Polygon has written up a pretty deep review of the game and gave it, like I said, gave it an 8 out of 10, so that's pretty good. We'll go ahead and link that in this week's show notes, and you can find those at hammergaming.com/hammercast/29 for episode 29. Now, a couple months ago, we had that announcement of World of Warcraft Legion, the next expansion for Blizzard's titanic behemoth of an MMO, and a fan from Germany appears to have cobbled together from previous existing lore in the games and other supplements like the aborted World of Warcraft role-playing game for tabletop play and other places, and he's come up with what he believes to be the full lore behind how demon hunters come into the game and become playable by players. It's about a 22-minute long video. I watched about 3/4 of it. I kind of skipped a little bit in the middle. I just wanted to make sure I saw it the end, because that's usually the most important part. Did either of you guys get a chance to look at this?
I started watching over some of it, but we were already in a call at that point, so I couldn't really listen to the entire thing. It's nice that somebody kind of cobbled together all the information that's out there to give a workable story as to why you can play as them, because it does seem kind of like a leap to jump to, okay, now you're playing as a demon hunter, when the only time we really saw them was in Burning Crusade, and they were something that we were killing repeatedly.
Right.
So,
I just like the line out of it. They rolled up like a boss. It was
like a boss.
Like a boss, right? Yeah, the guy was German, so that kind of made it funny. I'm not a huge WoW lore fan. I play the game because that's what everyone else plays, and I want to play things with them. So, I thought it was interesting. I watched about half of it and then kind of fell asleep or something. But, I think it's cool that someone did this and someone tracks all this stuff. It looks like it took a lot of effort. So, if you're into the lore of World of Warcraft and all that kind of stuff, then by all means, go for it.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and stick a link to the video in the show notes. Last night, so today is the 14th of October, so last night, Tuesday the 13th, Stephen Colbert had a very special guest on his show. He managed to cram an 84-part symphony? Let me look this up. It was really big. It was a lot of people. A 74-piece orchestra crammed into the Ed Sullivan Theater to play music from The Legend of Zelda last night on the Late Night with Stephen Colbert. That was pretty awesome. I love video game music. I love the Legend of Zelda series, so of course I drank this stuff up like all the Kool-Aid. But this leads me to something a little bit larger. I've noticed over recent years a number of late-night show hosts have been giving a lot more attention to gamers and gaming, between Stephen Colbert now taking over The Late Show, when Jimmy Fallon took over The Tonight Show, and Conan on his own cable network show on TBS. This is kind of neat that, late night has caught up with gaming a little bit, don't you think?
I think it's just changing the generation that they're focusing on. And I think that gaming is more relevant to our generation than it was to, the previous hosts' generations.
Right. The folks who watched Letterman and Leno didn't really play games.
Right.
Or if they did, they just, it was disposable entertainment for them and not a part of their life.
Correct. Yep.
Joe, what do you think about this?
About gaming in general and TV, I have been seeing a lot more of it. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it seems a little more negative, like people talking about why gaming, who was it? I can't remember the guy's name, but he brought a couple YouTubers on and was trying to figure out why everybody is so, why people are getting so popular just by playing video games and having people watch them.
Mm-hmm.
And what was, so he took like a negative role on that?
So he took a really negative role on it without bringing anybody on, and he got a bunch of death threats on Twitter. So he brought some people on to try to make up for it, but you could still tell that he wasn't very into it, and he tried to do like a let's play while they were recording the show. They brought in Markiplier and somebody else, I don't remember his name, who are a couple really popular YouTubers right now. I don't really watch them because they're not really the kind of people I like to watch. They're they play or Markiplier at least, plays those games with jump scares, and you could tell sometimes his reactions are a little exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerated.
But yeah, so good and bad from what I've been seeing on, at least with Let's Plays and live streaming and that type of gaming. I've been seeing.
Yeah, I think that whole, streaming, live casting, Let's Plays, that is definitely a generational thing. It's probably even a generation younger than mine and Dwayne's, probably more in the 20s. It's interesting. I think there's even people from my generation that have a hard time connecting to that group of people. What do you think?
Now, you say good and bad, Joe. Here's what I'm curious about. Is negative attention better than being ignored by mainstream media? Because,
No.
I mean, if you look back at the previous, say, 25 years of late night TV shows, nobody talked about gaming at all. At least now it's getting some coverage, right?
Well, right. If you look just how YouTube works, it doesn't matter what kind of popularity you get on your videos. If you get a whole bunch of dislikes, then that's going to bump up your... there's just an overall stat with interactivity in your video. If somebody posts a comment, votes like or dislike, it's going to get some interactivity in it and give your videos a better chance of showing up on a search.
Right.
So if we say really negative things, that'll actually help us? Like really rude, racist things?
Yeah, but then our videos become all people trolling us or hating on us and a whole bunch of negative reviews. And well, that'll get you views, and that is a strategy that people use to try to get views. I wouldn't personally enjoy that kind of attention.
I'm gonna go ahead and echo Joe on this, and I will say that, you know, we don't need negative attention. There's already enough negativity in gaming. We don't need to stoke it, nor do we need to amplify it. So, Ark, Joe, this is your favorite topic. They're going to be releasing a Halloween update called Fear Evolved that will let you fight zombie dodo birds out for blood. What the hell's this about?
Well, they don't give a ton of information about it right now. It's pretty much just zombie dodo birds that will attack you, because normally dodo birds don't do any attacking in the game. They'll just run away from you if you hit them. And they're introducing the Dodo Rex, which I assume will be as rare as a Alpha T-Rex that you could find on the map. They do appear, and for example, Jinui ran into one, and I think she has it recorded too. It murdered a bunch of her stuff. So now there'll be a giant Dodo Rex, which is a mix between a dodo bird and a T-Rex, the same size as a T-Rex. And it will be out for blood.
Is it an alpha?
Probably. It'll probably be strong.
they'd have to keep you from taming it, because they don't want you taming a Dodo Rex. Also in the update, they're going to be adjusting the day-night cycle so that the days are shorter, the nights are longer, the moon is redder, and the weather is colder. So Ark players, get ready for a bit of a adventure as we head toward the end of October and into the Halloween season.
And this is a good place to talk about the Hammer Gaming Arc server that we run. It's a very active community going on over there right now. And if you're interested, send one of us a tweet or jump into our Discord server and we'll give you all the information you need.
Yes. Could always use more players.
Yeah, that's true, actually. We could always use more people trying out Ark. 2 million people can't be wrong. Actually, yeah, they can. But they're not wrong about this. Ark is pretty cool. So now we can do the Carlton dance in Destiny. That's just freaking awesome. Bungie rolled out a patch to Destiny yesterday that included the addition of the Eververse. This is their take on microtransactions. They're going to be allowing you to spend real money to purchase an in-game currency known as silver, and silver will be used to purchase exclusively cosmetic items, things like emotes, shaders, and emblems eventually. So that's kind of neat. And they also provisioned everyone in the game with 200 silver, and you'll get an extra 200 if you log in between now and mid-November. Yeah, that's why you have 400, because you logged in between now and mid-November. If you log in and if you didn't log in until, say, December, you'd only have 200.
Got it. And the Carlton costs 500, so no matter what, in order to get it, you got to spend money.
You got to drop some coin. So, you know, they always give you the first one free, but they make you want the good shit. So, that's how they got to make money. And apparently this whole microtransaction thing is going to be funding a number of extra events and content drops that will be coming out for the entire player base for free without having to drop coin on another full expansion. So if this works out, that could be interesting, because now we don't have to wait for big punctuated content drops every 6 months and can get a steadier stream of additions to the game. Also in Destiny news, they're nerfing shotguns. Those of you who play Destiny will care about this, particularly if you play PvP, because shotguns have been ruling PvP for the last little while. They're taking, in specific, they're taking away this perk called Shot Package. What it would do is when you would aim down the sights on your shotgun, it would drastically reduce the spread of every shot. So it basically turns your shotgun, when you're aiming down it, it turns it into a rifle that hits like a shotgun. And it was just messing people's day up. If you had a shotgun, you ruled the day in the Crucible. And now hopefully that will no longer coming. That will no longer happen, because they have removed the Shot Package perk from all shotguns in the game.
I don't
and replaced it with
PvP,
something else.
and I have that shotgun that I guess is supposed to be pretty good, but I haven't been able to really get the hang of it yet. I always end up shooting most of it into the air.
So they made a change to shotguns because of PvP.
Because of PvP. It wasn't terribly useful in PvE, because most people don't use shotguns in PvE. It's a much more popular weapon in the Crucible. So this doesn't really affect the player versus environment game terribly much, but it should bring some balance back to PvP. There is a Steam sale going on from now until Friday. It's kind of a surprise. Yeah, it's a surprise stealthy Steam sale. There was pretty much no warning that this was coming, but they have a whole bunch of games on sale with stealthy gameplay themes. Things like Clay's Mark of the Ninja, which is a great Metroidvania game, Far Cry 4 from Ubisoft, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, Monaco, and Beyond Good and Evil. Some of these games are super duper cheap. You can go ahead and get the great Mark of the Ninja for just $3.75, down from $15. So it definitely behooves you to head over to Steam sometime between when you hear this and Friday the 16th and get in on this Steam sale. Is there anything on this list you guys are looking forward to getting, or is your backlog so embarrassingly long you can't think of buying any Steam games right now?
I'm not a stealthy game kind of player. I tend to run and gun sort of thing. It's just my play style.
I looked over the list, and the games that I would be interested in, I already have. So there's that.
You've basically listed how every Steam sale goes for me. It's like, oh great, this game's on sale. Wait, I already own it. Shit. But anyway, for those of you who are into stealthy gameplay and are on Steam, head over now and make sure you get there before the 16th and take advantage of some of these really great deals. So now is as good a time as any to remind you that HammerCast is brought to you by the Hammer gaming community. We are an adults-only group of gamers from across North America and Europe that play all sorts of games together. The Hammer's been around since 2007, originating as an MMO guild and expanding into a full community in our own right, with forums, a Minecraft server, the Ark server, the podcast you're listening to right now, and so much more. You can check us out at hammergaming.com. Star Citizen got an awful lot of news this week. There was a big convention. They dropped some serious news on us. The biggest one so far is that Alpha 2.0 will have an enormous game world. They're promising 1 million kilometers by 1 million kilometers by 400 kilometers in Z height. That works out to 400 quadrillion cubic kilometers, which is just a number so big I cannot conceptualize it. And also they dropped news about their cast for their single-player campaign, including Mark Hamill from the old, of course, you know him from Star Wars, but he was also in Chris Roberts' old Wing Commander games.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And they brought on Gary Oldman and Rona Mitra, and a whole bunch of awesome people. They even have what's his name? The guy who played Gollum in The Lord of the Rings.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Why
about.
can't I remember his name?
So
Who the hell played Gollum?
I don't know. So that's where all their money's gone then.
They have
you're
so
not the
much
first
money,
person to
it's
say
not
that.
there.
What's that?
They have so much money, it's not just there. Trust me.
I was
Yeah.
just making a joke.
Andy
Ferraris,
Serkis.
hookers and blow. Who knows?
Yeah. Nice callback there. But yes, it's Andy Serkis. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of awesome people. We'll go ahead and link to the cast list in the show notes. And to finish up, we'll go ahead and talk about the Star Wars Battlefront beta that was extended by a whole day. It was run during Columbus Day weekend from the Friday through to Monday. And they gave us an extra day, extending it into yesterday on Tuesday before they shut it down. I played a little bit, maybe about a dozen games. Did either of you guys download it and give it a try?
I did. Did you play it on PC or console, Dwayne?
I played it on PC. I had it queued to download for console, but I never got around to doing it.
Yeah, it seems like the controls were very console-driven to me. Like everything was very obviously laid out for a console, and you had to go and tweak things a little bit. But it was, see, there was my cough. So, I don't know. The game just felt like Battlefield in space to me. I don't know how else to explain it. It didn't feel different enough to me. Whether or not I'll buy it, I don't know if it's worth $60 to me. I haven't decided yet. I mean,
Joe, have you had any
but the
chance to take a
game
look?
worked well. I'll say that. I mean, the gameplay
For a beta,
was fine.
it was
The
very
performance
functional.
was fine. Never had any issues like that. But yeah, sorry. Go on, Joe.
I have not played it, but I saw a bunch of people play it because that's the kind of thing I do. I guess that's closer to my generation, watching people play games. It looks pretty fun. You get to play as Darth Vader. It's similar to the last version, where in that respect, but there's a bunch of new features, and it's more polished. It looks prettier. There's a bunch of game modes that you can play. I saw 2.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
Yeah. It looks fun. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, though.
Yeah, the game modes
Yeah.
I played were more like the ones in Destiny where you have to hold the position.
Mm-hmm.
It feels a lot more like Battlefield now.
Than the old Battlefront games.
Yes.
Yeah. I will note, Todd, you pointed out that it felt like it was console first and then kind of ported to PC. That seems to be a common theme throughout every game that EA has released on the Frostbite engine. You look at Battlefront, you look at Dragon Age Inquisition, you look at Mass Effect 3. All of these games were on Frostbite, and all of them kind of suffered in the play control category on PC because they were developed as console first games. So I think this is just a new thing, a new habit we're going to see out of EA for these shooters, is that they're going to be developed console first, PC.
I guess that's after the Battlefield stuff, because Battlefield was the first game with Frostbite, and that was very much designed for a keyboard.
I thought Mass Effect 3 felt very smooth on mouse and keyboard, but I don't know, that's just me.
Yeah,
they
that's
did
kind
okay.
of that's kind of a quandary I'm in. When the new Mass Effect comes out, now that I've been actually using my console and everything, what would I buy it for?
I would still get it for
that's
PC.
a good question.
I don't know. Like my gaming chair for my console is much more comfortable than my computer chair right now, so I haven't decided.
Your throne.
But if there's co-op in it, I probably won't have a console. Unless they introduce some sort of cross-platform.
Well, they've been doing that lately, so it's like that in Destiny.
Yeah.
Although that's Bungie.
Well, sort of. Not quite in Destiny, although it does work with Rocket League. Rocket League players on PC and PS4 can play in the same games at the same time.
Right, that's what I was thinking of.
Right. But I guess that'll be it for this week. Thank you guys, and thanks everyone for tuning in. HammerGaming.com/HammerCast/29 is where you can find show notes for this episode. We're at Hammer Gaming on Twitter. Follow us and you can get updates on when new episodes are available and other news from the Hammer Gaming community. Joe, where can people find you online?
On Twitter at DAZIKLP. DazikLP.
And Todd?
I can be found on Twitter at Dregger, DREGG0R.
And I am Valthonis, that's VALTHONIS on Twitter. And if you really like the show, head on over to the website and subscribe. Go over to iTunes or Stitcher, leave a review. It really helps it out. And, talk about us to your friends. See if you can get them to listen, because we always are looking to get into more ears. But most of all, have fun gaming, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I'm going to fucking Disney World!
Wow.
Wow.
He's been holding that in all episode.
Come on, it was perfect.
What are you gonna
He's
do
been
now?
holding that in all episode.
What are you gonna do now that you're done recording HammerCast for the day?
I'm going to Disney World!
Yeah. Now you need to flip your camera over.
No, because my camera's my laptop. I'm not doing
I
that.
gotta go find mine now. It's kind of...
It looks like it's pointing at the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see where it ended up. At least I didn't, knock it into my open computer.
Yeah, we're looking at the wall or the top of your desk. I can't tell.
That's the wall. Hold on a second. Oh, way the fuck over there. Oh, yeah, it's looking at the wall.
Oh, you ass.
Hi.